The word of the day today is oversaturation. Every time I say the word oversaturation, a YouTuber milks some drama. Now, if you've been on YouTube over the last couple days, you've probably seen this awesome clip of Jack Doherty speeding down a Florida highway in the rain, on chat, one hand on the wheel, going a million miles an hour, about to hydroplane and crash like a $2 million car. Okay, look at him go over here. Isn't this just the cutest guy in the world? Well, today, we're not really going to talk about this drama because it is oversaturated. Everybody talked about this drama. So you know what I did? I watched everybody talk about this drama. Now, as somebody that does YouTube, I don't necessarily go out there and watch all the other YouTubers all the time, but this time is different because every now and then a topic happens on the internet where everybody makes a video on it. It almost doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna make a video on this topic. And this Jack Doherty clip is just the latest example of it. In 2024, we had so many moments like this. This is just the most recent one. But all these YouTubers just coming out of the woodwork, basically saying the same talking points. I watched them all and I went into the weeds. I went into the minutia, and I'm going to tell you which ones were good, which ones were bad, which ones to avoid, and who are mostly just like grifting idiots or whatever. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention, my name is Dan Frampton. I make traditional, old-fashioned YouTube videos on the internet. I have a penchant for slop. This is the Slop channel. So let's talk about all these other Slop channels, cover this slop topic. I'm gonna go from worst to best. This is gonna be a ranked list, okay? Now, the worst one was Repsion, okay? Now, this guy, it's not that I dislike Repsion whatsoever. It's just that he came onto this video with an insanely serious tone. And hey, I get it. I've been in a car crash. I've lost people in car crashes that I've been in. I understand why you would want to take a serious tone like this. It is kind of a serious topic at the end of the day. But really the story is about Jack Doherty being a total idiot, kind of a psychopath for having his bleeding friend film the incident afterwards and just take the crazy influencer thing to the next level. And the fact that he filmed himself committing this crime is also another thing that's very funny. He did endanger himself and his friends and everybody on the road, yeah, 100%. But to take as serious of a tone as Repsion over here is just a little bit overkill for somebody that you're not emotionally invested in. Now, Repsion has taken this tone in videos where he is emotionally invested in the topic at hand, and there, this tone really works. But when you're kind of just talking about like slop du jour and you're this fucking serious, I don't know, bro. Next YouTuber. Bring on the slop. Bring the slop. I love it all. Who was the next YouTuber? Oh yeah, this guy, August the Duck. August the Duck sucks ass, man. I don't know if you guys follow August the Duck. You really shouldn't. This guy's bird brain theory is that Jack actually like staged this crash. I don't know if that's true. Going that fast, 70 miles an hour in the rain on the highway. I don't know if he staged this one. Yeah, he's staged crashes before, maybe 6 or 7 of them or whatever, but I don't know if he necessarily staged this one. That's kind of a crazy thing to say, August the Duck. And on top of that, his delivery is just milquetoast. Kind of the most no charisma stuff going here. I gave this one 40%. It is a little bit more than Repsion's, only because it doesn't take that overly serious, super attached to a drama situation type thing that Repsion's does. But it is a bad video. Okay, next guy. Who's slopping next? Bring on the slop. Oh yeah, Tozy. Master Slopper over here. I gave this thing just barely a passing grade at 51%. This guy milks like nobody else milks, okay? He gets millions of views. God bless his heart. But his analysis is just so rudimentary, so surface level. He's not that funny. He doesn't have that great of insight. He's just a tozy. He just milks. But I appreciate the milk. I appreciate the slop. And he does all of that kind of well enough, I guess. It's just like not my flavor slop that I enjoy the most. But he was able to get 2 videos out of this situation, both clocking in over 10 minutes long, this one over 15. So I respect the Slop grind, which is why I gave it a passing grade. Next, Slopster. Oh yeah, this is another guy I don't really like. His name is Memulus. He's from the UK, right? And this guy, the only reason why he's this high on the list is because he made one joke in this thing that was actually kind of funny, that made me kind of laugh. I forget the joke now that I'm sitting here. I don't care enough to go back and get it. But I remember having him really low on the list and then going, haha, oh, I laughed. I gotta note this laugh. So then I put him higher on the list over here. I don't think I gave him a percentage. I just know that he's better than Atozy or August the Duck. I don't know if that's really great praise or anything, but there it is, pal. Who's sloshing around in the slop buckets next? Oh, we got WestJet, researcher extraordinaire. This guy loves reading a document from front to back. This guy gets every juicy detail, every nook, every cranny. WestJet is there getting all the juicy information. This guy is so journalistic with the way that this guy does his research for videos. Just kidding, he's not any of those things. This video is just okay. The only thing, okay, I'll give WestJet 2 things that make his videos kind of entertaining and kind of like engaging or whatever, is his deep voice. It just works, okay? And his editing style. Those are the things that work for me. His storytelling, not that great. His jokes, not that creative. The overall presentation, not overly original or anything like that, not blowing me away. And the slop grind can be a little grindier, I think, with WestJet. He kind of waits for the topic that he knows is going to get views, and he's not out there grinding the daily slop like other sloppers out there. And if you get to know me, you know I respect that above all. If you can have quantity and quality in slop, goddamn, then you're on the right track. But WestJet picks and chooses his battles. He's a little bit more cerebral with his topics, I guess. And I don't like that. That isn't sloppy enough. And on the other hand, his content is super sloppy. There's a disconnect there, WestJet. Be better. Do better. Do better. Ah, another faceless gameplay commentary guy comes up next. We got Sensitive Society. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is getting a little bit of a pass because he does a little bit more swearing. He's a little bit more kind of edgy, I guess, and that mixed with his kind of like super wholesome voice, and to hear him drop just like the R slur just randomly, it's very funny. And some weeks Sensitive Society is such a slopper. He is slopping every day, morning, noon, and night. You want the slop? I got the slop. You want the slop? I got the slop. And now he's not so much like that. I think he got a little bit of criticism a couple weeks ago, and now he's trying to be a little bit smarter with his uploads, and I think that that's just speculation coming from me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just kind of how I saw it from my timeline, but I'm only seeing a slice of the timeline over here, okay? That is all speculation, none of that is real. All that is real is the slop, and his slop has gotten less sloppy, which gets less marks from me. Sensitive Society, do better, kid. All right, next slop man on the docket, we got Birdman. I don't know why Birdman's this high on the list. I forget why I have him over these other guys. They're just gameplay commentary guys that I kind of just all lumped in there. I don't necessarily like Birdman's content all that much, if I'm being honest with you. I do watch Sensitive Society a little bit more than Birdman. Either way, it's so negligible that you could swap any of these rankings around. They all got like 60-ish%, between 60 and 65%, okay? The only reason why Dumpy gets rated higher than any of these guys is because Dumpy's funny. He prioritizes jokes above all else. He doesn't care about facts, really. He's just out there being a funny guy. I appreciate Dumpy, but still not cracking the 80% mark. And I expect better kind of at a Dumpy too. This guy can slop with the best of them. He can do it every single day, and I think he should be doing it every single day. But the problem with all this slop stuff is that like the topics do kind of run dry, and it is kind of a rare event where there's a topic like this that everybody talks about. Everybody day to day, week to week has to fill in their upload schedule and their calendar a little bit differently, and the best sloppers know how to do that. The best sloppers have it down to a science, and there's a reason why the kings are the kings of this scene. And yeah, you know who's going to be at the top of this list. It's not going to be a surprise. I'm not out here to be like, oh, I'm a cool hipster YouTuber and I like the smart, smaller channel. No, the kings are the kings for a reason, bro. But we're halfway there. Next slopper. No, I don't watch this guy at all, Jamari, you know, but he is chill. He doesn't take it too seriously. He's just slopping. He's cranking the views though. 540,000 views on his little thing about this crash or whatever. So that's pretty good. 75%. Solid video. And I could say the exact same thing about Omni over here. Solid video, super chill dude, doesn't take it too seriously, but then at the end, he cranks up the seriousness because it is kind of a shitty thing that Jack is doing, risking all these lives. Now, when you've lost people in car crashes, you know that it's kind of a shitty thing to do. So I appreciated that in Omni's coverage, where he just covered it like it was a slop topic, and then at the end, he kind of upped the tone a little bit where it made sense. This guy can navigate the tone of a video along with the topic very well. Much better than all these other clowns that we've seen so far. Omni's a master slopper because he knows how to utilize and leverage his audience for the slop. Every night he just tweets, what should I cover tomorrow? Then he wakes up to all these tweets and then he just makes a video out of all those tweets. It's brilliant. Super chill, super sleepy dude. I don't watch every single one of his uploads, but I do appreciate the grind. I have no idea why I have Pyrocynical so high on this list. It is because he knows how to slop grind. This guy's got it down to a fucking science. Now, yeah, he's got all these different editors, all these different things, all these cogs and gears going on in his little, like, Pyrocynical empire that he's got going on over there. But when it comes to the slop, he slops every single day. If there's a big topic like this one, he's definitely gonna slop all over it. But in the meantime and in between time, he's coming up with all the different kinds of slop stuff to cover throughout the week. He's keeping people fed and he's out there doing the thing. He doesn't take any of it too seriously, very self-deprecating. I don't watch every single one of this guy's uploads, but he is in the conversation of one of the GOATs when it comes to the sloppers out there right now. And his way to kind of swoop in and take a topic that's already been picked to the bone and then just milk it to the death is very impressive. 21 minutes on this? 21 minutes on that 57-second clip that we saw at the beginning. Well, there was a little bit more that I didn't show in this video because I don't care about any of that. I just cared about these other people's coverage of this thing. So, well done, Pyrocynical. Decent job. Now we got some new blood on the scene over here. This is Katie Clism. She is from the UK and I am kind of confused about her presentation a little bit. I'm not so sure if she's like one of those memulous style commentators. I don't know if she is like more on the side of like the Pyrocynical kind of world. I don't know where she kind of falls in, but she does seem to be carving her own sort of path out there and growing pretty steadily along the way. Her topic choices are pretty on the nose, kind of like surefire home run type situations, and that's just smart business. You gotta like it. Now we're talking about the GOATs. Now we're in the conversation of like maybe the 4 best sloppers to be slopping right now, and maybe D'Angelo might be at the top of the list. This guy is incredible, and I think he might actually be the best slop content creator going right now. His aesthetic is through the roof, and his upload schedule is literally daily. I don't think that D'Angelo Wallace misses an upload, and he makes it seem so seamless and like it's more effort than it actually is, when really his setup is just an OBS screen record setup, but with 2 different angles, one here and then one here, and he looks like he has a background here and he has a green screen over here. But it just makes it look like there's so much more effort put into it than there actually is. But he's got charisma out the wazoo. He knows how to stretch a topic to like 17, 18 minutes. He is a certified yapper, extremely opinionated, and everything that you want in like a commentator. No, of course we don't see the same thing from the same eyes. I don't want to see the same situation from the same eyes, you know? I want a different perspective. And D'Angelo Wallace provides that very well. And his way of going through this situation just makes you see how stupid Jack Doherty is, how much of a psychopath that this guy is, but all in a way where it's just gawking at this idiot online. D'Angelo Wallace, one of the GOATs. Next slop guy, we're talking about Lewis Spears. Welcome back to the space, Lewis Spears. You know, we need to have this kind of voice, this kind of Australian edgelord kind of voice in the YouTube commentary space. Is he a podcaster? Is he a commentator? Is he a stand-up comedian? Yes, all of those things. All of those things are Lewis Spears, and his jokes are great. And the pacing of the video at the beginning, very good. Joke, 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 intro, joke, 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 plug, joke, 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 transition, content. This guy got it down. And the jokes aren't just like whatever jokes. They're actually kind of funny. And when it comes to slopping, he is choosing the topics over here. Yep, we got KSI. Yep, we got Diddy. Yep, we got Lunchley. Yep, we got Smart Schoolboy 9. Those are the sloppic topics du jour over the last couple weeks or so. But if you notice, that is only 5 uploads over 2 weeks. We can slop harder than that. Ah, much better. This guy slops like no one else slops. This guy created the slop paradigm. This guy created the meta that is slop pretty much, okay? He is the king of it. You know we're talking about Charles White, aka Charlie, aka Penguin Zero, aka Moist Critical, aka Critical, aka Big Moist Critical. You know the guy. Some people are sick of his shtick, but his shtick is his shtick and he's going nowhere. He loves making YouTube content and he's gonna be out here making YouTube content. He was kind of the first one that I saw make a video on this topic and I was like, oh, this is about to go viral, isn't it? And of course, Critical's way of looking at it is just making fun of this turbo loser, pointing out all the things that make him a turbo loser. Good stuff, classic stuff. Top tier slop commentary. So Penguin Zero might have did the first video I saw on this topic, but let a couple days go by, people are still talking about it. Mudahar enters the ring and makes the best video on the topic. Big surprise. I don't know why he's letting the sunlight come through and bleeding out his entire image over here, but he doesn't have to care about that because he's slopping with the best of them. This is the highest quality slop on the internet and it's not even close. And what makes Mudahar's coverage of this so good is that, yeah, a couple days did go by and he was actually able to go in and get the actual laws in documents and stuff like that. He kind of knows how to prove a point real well. And then since a couple days go by, more stuff added onto the story, so then Mudahar's video actually ends up being a more comprehensive piece over the entire situation because it ends with Jack Doherty getting banned off a kick and then e-bagging on TikTok. And you get all of that information, you get the whole shebang from front to back with Mudahar slopped directly into the gullet. Okay, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate you. How about you like, comment, and subscribe, and until my next upload, watch another upload. Okay. See you later, and have a good one.